All right, so this is English Com 2 signature assignment about our current issue is climate change on civil engineers or engineers in general. It's me, Michael, Ivan, and Carlos. So one of my sources is extreme heat could cause pipe cracks. Basically, what this it's the author is in this one explanation explains how climate change is affecting not only the world but the world of engineering, as well as the destruction it is having on their job. The author explains that these infrastructures are being pushed to their limits. It mentions how the climate is affecting the weather patterns, which is affecting the building structure, like the steel pipes and everything that deals with that. The second article is climate impacts, risk, and climate adaptation engineering for built infrastructure. This article, the author opens up by going straight to the point and telling us what the climate change is doing to the weather patterns. They begin to explain that an often changing climate is creating deadly weather. They explain that it is creating more intense cyclones as they go on to name other hazardous weather conditions. So in this article, it opens up by saying exactly what climate change is doing to the weather patterns and how it's affecting not only us as civilians, but also engineers.
Hi, my name is Ivan, and these are my sources. These sources, I got them from the UTRGV database library, and it is about, the first one's going to be Fighting Global Warming by Climate Engineering, is the Earth's radiation management and the solar radiation management, any option for fighting climate change. So this article, the author starts by introducing the audience that our greenhouse gas emissions are out of the safe zone. The main reason I chose this article was because it had an abundance of information about climate change and how to help combat it. So yeah, so the greenhouse gas emissions are out of the safe zone. So they are pretty much starting to affect the ozone layers. And this is what Ming talks about in this article. The second article is of The Science of Geoengineering by Calderia K. And I also found it in the UTRGV library. This article was chosen to help understand the main fundamentals of geoengineering and the different categories. Geoengineering, is a term best known for the alteration of planetary scale processes, basically anything that has to do with changing the Earth's health, such as removing carbon dioxide buildup in the ozone layers. Pretty much the same thing as the gas emissions of the greenhouse, but this is an article of engineers actually finding ways to, protect the ozone layers.
Hi, my name is Carlos. I got all my sources from the UTRGV databases. The first one I chose was Engineers Pledge, time for talk is over. Experts say mitigation and adaptation must go hand in hand to address climate change. I chose this one because my topic had to do with adapting to climate change. So this one explains the authors of the article give information and research how climate change affects the planning process of infrastructure and how designs must be changed to adapt. I am using this article because the article explains the focus on how climate change affects engineers. The second one I chose was climate shifts have engineers rethinking the baseline of planning. I chose this one because engineers have to adapt to changing their plans so they can be ahead of weather patterns. And that's it.
Okay, so my role was team leader. My role was team leader. I just made sure as my role as team leader, I made sure that everyone stayed on track as well as helped out each other as much as they could. I was basically just the backbone of the group. Although I was, team leader, I also helped out my group by sending out information or sending links or helping out as much as I could just to make sure that we're all on the same page and no one falls behind.
Hi, my role as a team member answer questions. I'm fortunate to have the great group that I have with Carlos and Michael, and we all help each other. So my work is my responsibility, and I don't let any of my team do all their work alone. So we will like mitigate our tasks and stuff. And if for whatever reason they have one last thing that they cannot do, I'll throw myself in there and I'll just finish up the work.
My job as a member, I myself felt as if communication with others was my role in this group because I asked the most questions and I try to make sure that every member is on task and understands the assignment. I believe my communication is my strong point. I am the first one to respond to my group whenever they need assistance with anything. When someone responded to the group, I felt as if I was the first one to respond and tried to help. And if someone was lost towards an assignment, I tried my best to communicate so they understand it completely. And if none of us were able to get help, we would ask the other group chat, the class group chat, or we would ask the professor.
My work was my job was starting up the PowerPoint. I made the PowerPoint as well as got everyone in it. I was able to send out the link for the PowerPoint to them on Canvas, and thankfully they were able to answer back pretty fast. I made sure everyone was on task, and I divided up the work and made sure everyone was getting their part done, as well as being the team leader and doing what the professor was asking from them, which is the team leaders. I just made sure that we were all able to divide the work up and everybody had a part in the PowerPoint and nobody was left out or left, still doing all the work. I was also I helped out by Carlos. I was helping out Carlos by making sure everybody was on task and also helping whoever needed help and assistance in the group chat that we made. And although I was not the first one to respond, I was the first one to actually get them the examples that they needed or wanted for the assignments.
Hi. So my work during this project, I filled in the last missing pieces of the work. In addition, I have continued to assist my group members with anything they might not be able to finish. Like I said, anything that's gone rogue, I'll try to find it and try to help out the group. I try to maintain a close communication with my group in addition to my own work. I am a pretty busy person, but I still at the I'm not there the majority of the day.
The group I had been in had been a bit confused. The presentation was supposed to be done. I had continued forward and saw that they were doing the organization wrong, so I took time to organize the slides and he had already completed. So I played part in organizing the PowerPoint overall. I had also rearranged my group's previous work to make the changes easier for them. Besides doing this, I also made schedules that way everyone could meet to make this presentation or to for all of us to work on the presentation together.
Communication among the team. Since the beginning of the assignment, I'm the team leader. I was able to get in contact with both Carlos and Ivan through Canvas. I had created a group chat through WhatsApp to communicate efficiently with my team. Ever since the group was created, we've had great communication amongst each other. Every time someone had a question about the assignment, someone or myself from the group would respond pretty quickly to help them out or get them the examples they needed, as I said. We have also been able to divide up the work with our great communication skills. The group chat really helped us a lot by and getting us, where we're at right now, which is almost completed the whole assignment. It also helped us show examples to each other. So whenever somebody got stuck, we were there to help each other. And that's how my experience as a team got me with the communication.
So yeah, pretty much what Michael said, the group chat helped a lot. There was times where I needed something answered because I did not know the answer to, and I would just put on the group chat, maybe 5 minutes later, either Carlos or Michael, sometimes even both of them, they would automatically have an answer for me, which was great because sometimes you need the answers quick to continue your work and, continue everything efficiently.
With a lot of assignments being put on the spot, I felt as if the more you worked on them, the more it got difficult to try and stay on task because one assignment is more important than another. And because of it, it felt confusing. So I would always ask my team members how to do the assignment specifically so I can stay on task and not be all over the place.
So the difficulties we went through, one of our biggest difficulties was with the group was everyone's timing. Although we had great communication and everybody helped out each other, everyone was running on different times due to the things outside of school. So work, our personal lives, or even things around the house. Finding the time that works for all three of us to do the presentation was difficult because we did not give ourselves a schedule to work off of. We just kind of talked in the group chat and we went through we talked in the group chat, divided up the work, and that's how we got everything done. And we were finally able to get a specific time date for this presentation.
So the difficulties we went through, there was quite a bit, but nothing that, we couldn't figure out. Like I said, our communication was literally spot on. So all the difficulties, all the tasks that, were kind of high boulders, we just asked in the group chat and everything went on schedule.
Like how we went to, timing was the biggest thing because we all had different work schedules. And because of it, it was hard to find a time for all of us to work on the assignment together and especially schedule one. We usually had to wait till the following day to work on the assignments. Usually if we had a question, we would have to wait either an hour or two or maybe like 30 minutes because some of us would be at work, but we would still try to respond even if we were at work just to help one another. Our solution to these problems was to leave certain objectives to other group members to work on, dividing up the work and letting the team leader know when we completed the steps he gave us. Afterwards, team leader would advise the members what the following steps would be after completing their assigned objective or when they had free time to continue working. The other solution was to give each other our available schedules to do the most we could towards that assignment and complete the PowerPoints.
So like Carlos said, our solution was basically just the great communication, and we were able to divide up the work and talk about how we're gonna, who's gonna do what part in the presentation and how we're gonna help each other through the assignments that were given, and that was our solution.
Like Michael said, all of our solutions and difficulties were pretty much answered by the team leader. He helped us out a lot during with the group chat. The main difficulty I found was going to be, sorting out who's going to be doing the slide work, organization, and Carlos came through. He organized everything for us while Michael he set everything up. And honestly, that was the best solution, which is pretty much communication with the group.
So these are just a couple of screenshots of our communication and how it displays that we had great communication and how we helped each other through the assignments that were given.
Depending on individuals' experience with research projects, research can be extremely stressful at times, whether someone works alone or placed in a group. Working on a research assignment alone can be beneficial at times because you won't have to worry about another group member having similar sources, or if not the same topic, forcing an individual to stress and search more sources than needed so it's not repeated or plagiarized. The downside towards working alone would be the amount of work given to one person when it's meant for multiple individuals. If someone is not experienced in research projects, working with a group might be an easier approach, but may also cause others to become lazy and not contribute to the assignment. However, the assistance that members of the group can provide can make all the difference.
So like how it says there, working as a team could be a lot easier, but it could also make other team members lazy. But although thank God that me, myself, and my team members all were able to divide up the work, and nobody slacked off while someone else had to pick up their slack. It's also a lot better than working alone because it's less stress and less work for that one person, and dividing up the work was a lot better than doing it alone, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion as well, like Michael said, personally, this is all new to me. These kind of assignments are new to me. So working alone is not really the ideal scenario for me personally. So working with a team is it was actually a great experience. I got to learn a lot from my team members, and I got to learn a lot of tips and tricks that they showed me in the group chat when I was asking questions and they were answering them. So yes, definitely I choose working as a team. So the benefits of work of research group. Group work for a research assignment can provide multiple benefits towards individual members depending on their experience. Working with a group can ensure you'll find credible sources rather than an article found from the first Google search. Groups are highly recommended because it helps individuals split the work so that no one is overworked or stressed. When presented with a challenge, each member of the team will divide and work together to find the best solution to overcome the obstacle. This was this was many cases in this group that we're working with. There was times where there was challenges presented to us, and um, such as, for example, who's going to do the PowerPoint, who's going to do the slide work. Everything was split out and divided perfectly to create the best solution.
My benefits of a research group, in my opinion, was great because I don't really like to do a lot of research, and especially like on the databases that we're given, it's always hard for me to find articles. So working as a group helped me in that, because instead of finding all 7 articles by myself, I was only able to just find just 2, and help my partners out while they help me find good sources. So as an experience in this group, working as a group was a lot better for me, specifically on this part.
When it came to benefits of the research group, I believe that research was the biggest thing. We all had similar assignments, and if we all searched up the similar topic, we all came out with the same information, or if not similar. So when it didn't apply to our question, we could help find an article that matches with a group member's question. And we kept going back and forth and switching information. That way we can all find one article that we can all use just so it could support our essay.
So the lessons learned. We demonstrated knowledge of individuals and collaborative processes. This assignment shows how well a group of students can work together and understand how to complete the assignment. In order to work with a group, you must have a team leader. This will allow each group member to have a responsibility. However is appointed, whoever is appointed must work with the group to set an assignment outline, analyze, interpret, and evaluate a variety of texts for ethical and logical uses of evidence. This was also included to help the students improve how to distinguish similar topics with different questions, but using the same information researched to write the argumentative essay. So this is a lesson that I learned.
So so my lesson learned was similar to that being able to use the same information but for a different topic, or the same topic but different questions, was really new to me, because I've never really did that. So working in this group really opened up my eyes to see that we could all use the same information but write totally different essays, and that really was new to me.
I would agree with my group members, as this assignment was also new to me. Research isn't the easiest thing to do because finding reliable sources is hard when it comes to college assignments, since they are picky. And working in this group was the biggest was practically the best thing that could happen in order for me to learn more about this kind of project and how to be more cooperative towards members and to write an essay with the similar topic but different questions.